All right. Okay. So our next clip, let's take a look at starving. Starving. So, yeah, the first person is very serious and just realizing something. And the little kid is like, hey, you know, chipper. So we want a nice chipper little kid sound. So we're going to cast the... Who's chipper? Not chipper. Okay, nurse, step forward. A little biased because I learned something today, so.
I've been a vocal student for a long time.
All right. Starving. You are, yeah, you're the chipper. So you're the kid, and you're the girl.
I'm the girl.
And who are you guys?
I'm Tracy Davis, and I'm Denton. Originally from Herbet.
Cool.
I'm and I'm from Missouri, or Missouri.
Okay, so as soon as you're done with the first line, kind of quickly pass the mic over.
Oh.
We're holding close to your mic. And you guys want to watch it again? Real quick. Good luck. Into his pants, like, I want to hear a little physical, like, yeah! It's just saying the line. I think that's kind of cool. Kind of truly realism in the situation. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes the animation is a bit weird, and the scripts are weirder. There's something that some writers don't necessarily pay attention to, and we call it internal flaps. Where it's like you can see where it starts, you see where it ends, and you've got, okay, for example, 10 seconds, and you have to write this line from the rough translation. But there's a certain pace to it. So your line has to flow, not only flow, but match the lip sync, be conversational, and match the original translation. Can you say juggling act, anybody?
Juggling act.
Juggling act, yes. Yes.
I did my first one-piece script, and boy howdy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Boy howdy. We're going to talk, if you want to talk about that in a second.
Oh,
You
sure.
want to talk about it?
Okay. A little bit.
All right, cool. We have a special guest in a second. We're going to talk about the whole scripting thing because he has a lot more experience than I do. And I think you guys will be quite enlightened and entertained by his viewpoint. So first we're going to do this clip. We'll take a look. Okay, so you watched it. You guys are ready? Give it the old college try. Let's see what happens.
You know what I just realized? I haven't eaten all weekend. You're dumb. Hey, it looks like it's your lucky day. Come on, you. Have some Pocky.
Wow, that's really good. You guys floor me, man. If everyone wants to be a voice actor, just don't let me stop you. Like, really good. It's good stuff. I can't really think of any notes other than let's try it one more time. And I'll give you actor's discretion. If you want to try something a little different, or a little flair, make it your own, surprise me.
That was my flair, dude.
That was your flair?
That was my flair.
Well, if you could do the same thing again if you want. You know, just say it.
Dude, I just think it was boring now.
No, not at all. What's wrong?
You know what I just realized? I haven't eaten all weekend. It's true. You're dumb. It's true. How's it lucky?
If we were recording, we'd save it for the outtake reel. And believe you me, the archives at Funimation and Zoom and Studiopolis are full of those that will never see the light of day because voice actors are really dirty.
Yeah, that's what the was about.
That's all good. But good job, guys. Thank you. This is only an hour-long panel. We're going to do one more clip, but before we do that, because we have a special guest here who actually comes from a background of doing a script adaptation, and in particular, time coding. Time coding is, well, let's just have him explain it. The voice of Fury from Full Metal Alchemist, Kevin Connolly.
Yes, okay, time coding very quickly is, when we go in the booth to record, it's a very fast process, because the episodes have to get out, especially if they're on a broadcast schedule. I'm sorry, I was yelling out for badge numbers this morning, so my voice is going. So what the first step to do in a script is when you go in the booth as an actor, they're actually going to say, okay, Kevin, your first line is line 117, so I flip to 117. And there's a time code, which shows hours, minutes, seconds, and then frames per second. And there's 30 frames of animation per second, okay? So there's a time code there for my line that the engineer will just punch into Pro Tools, and it goes right to the spot where my character's going to speak or do a reaction or whatever. That has to be all done beforehand before the writer gets it. So I sit there in front of my TV with a DVD player, and I time code every single line, every single reaction, whether I can see their flaps or not, which really sucks. And then it goes off to the writer. In my case, I got to write an episode of One Piece recently. And some of the challenges with that, and I think that it probably comes out in some of the arguments between the dubs and the subs, and why do they say it this way and that, and there's just a bunch of factors. Sometimes we'll see the flaps for a phrase, the Japanese may fit in the actual Japanese language. Let's say it's flap, 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 and I translate, hey. We can't record it like that. It's got to fit the beginning, middle, and end. So we have to create dialogue. We have to sit there and think, okay, it's 7 flaps, hey, and then figure out what we need to fill in that space. Now, also the other fact is, let's say I write something, my voice and my acting take on it, it fits, yay. They get in the booth, the actor who actually performs a line, whether if it's not me, may have a faster speaking pattern, a slower speaking pattern, or a little clip to their voice. So no matter what they do, it doesn't fit, even though it fit for me. So they have to rewrite it again to make sure it fits. And so all those little elements is why we have to help adapt the script to make it, really visually and audibly work well for our audience. So that's one of the main reasons, there's a lot of complaints. Well, it wasn't written like that. Well, because we had to make it fit. And that's the lovely world of time coding. And